We're here with Reggie Aggarwal, founder and CEO of Cvent at their Tyson's Corner headquarters. Thanks for joining us, Reggie.
Thanks, Tyler, for having me.
And I guess the big news on everyone's mind is the merger with Lanyon. So what does that mean? You are already an industry leader. Now you have even more heft in the industry. What does it mean to meeting planners?
Well, I think it's a positive news for the industry because I think by combining the two of us together, we can put a lot more investments in our R&D and innovation. We have now almost 800 engineers between us, so we can concentrate our efforts into developing those cutting-edge products that our industry needs. On our client support side, which I know is always important because you get some technology, you want to make sure that you're supported, we'll have close to 700 people. So we're about 2,500 people worldwide. So I think it's good for the industry because we can create more innovation and make sure that people know how to use our products.
Excellent. And then we were discussing earlier the idea of a digital footprint and even the evolution of technology in the meetings industry and adoption of it to prove ROI. You gave me a real good kind of review of that. Maybe you can tell our listeners more about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of new things coming out in the industry. If you look back, it started off with online event registration,
right,
event marketing. Now mobile's big. And when you and I were talking, we're like, hey, what's the next thing? And I think mobile still has some ways to be adopted, but we all know that that's going to happen. But this new concept that is just starting people to understand is with on-site solutions, which is really to help measure your digital footprint. And simply what that means is we all know that when we go to a website, whether it's a consumer website like Amazon or a corporate website, that they track whatever pages you go to, how long you stay on it, and so forth. And so it's the same concept of there. It's called electronic fingerprint. A digital footprint is tracking where the attendees go during your event. What sessions, if they go to a product session, or do they go to what booths, and the reason why, so you can see where their interests are. And two things happen with that. One, you can get that data to start proving a higher ROI for the event because you can see that a certain amount of people went to certain sessions, and that's always helpful to know that. The second thing is you can see where people's interests lie, so you can make your content more geared towards that because you see where more people tend to gravitate towards. Is it the networking events? Is it the trade show part? Is it the breakout sessions? Where is it that people are going to and staying? So you could always create better content and making more of an experience for your event.
And so I suppose that increases the ROI, which increases the number of meetings, which makes it better for the industry in general.
Yeah, I think one thing that technology does is it allows you to automate a lot of processes that not only make you more efficient, but it really elevates the planner so they can focus on more strategic things. And whether that's to make sure that there's a ROI, whether it's to make sure there's a better experience for the attendee. But ultimately what happens is that when a company, whether it's an organization, whether it's an association, or whether it's a corporation, when they can measure that ROI, then they're more willing to invest in that event. And we know that the best way to do business is to meet someone face to face, look them in the eye, and shake their hand. And if you can now prove that ROI, then organizations are willing to invest in that. And when you invest in that, of course, then our industry grows. And I think technology is a core part of being able to make it scalable and to, again, automate these processes and help you measure that ROI by things like the digital footprint or integrating a meeting much more seamlessly into their CRM system or their marketing automation system, because at the end, you want to make some top-line impact for the organization.
So I suppose those are some of the things you're going to be working on in the near future.
Yeah, I just gave you a little bit of our roadmap, but that's why we're excited to combine, because we've been working on this stuff. Lanyon was working on this stuff, and now combined, we're going to put even more efforts into that stuff.
Well, thank you for joining us, and congratulations on the merger.
Well, I appreciate it, and excited that you invited me to be on your show.
Thank you.